really talked enough about Geno Stone. I'm be honest.
I know. I
It's
was
so
going to bring
hard
him
to
up a
know
little bit
And why is
earlier.
that?
because
You want to know why? You know what it is for me though. I'll just say this before
Yeah.
we kind of get into dialogue. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what to expect because I feel like his numbers were very impressive. I just look at it and I say, you want to see the consistency
Mhm.
over years. We didn't see
Right.
he wasn't thrusted into that role that much, but when you do turn on the film, he tends to be in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
Often. I think interceptions are a little bit of luck of the draw sometimes. Personally,
Absolutely.
that's a lot about luck. It's about being in the right place at the right time. But again, he was there. He was that. Will he be able to keep that going? Because I can tell you right now, the Bengals believe, hey, we got an ascending player that's on the up and up who was able to nail down the complicated defense of Baltimore. He'll be able to nail down this defense. He'll be able to contribute week one, and our secondary is going to be back flying. I will never question Lou's ability to sniff out talent on the secondary. He's been a wizard when it comes to that. Nick Scott was a swing and a miss, but I think that I really believe that Geno Stone is on the up and up in his career, and I have to. Yeah, all the while I want to err on the side of caution, I can't help but feel that they know something we don't. Obviously, when it comes to a guy like Geno Stone, there's obviously enough there to be like, you know what, this is a guy that's going to show what he's capable of. But what were you about to say, Evan?
Well, I was just going to say that you're right, and the reason that we can't really know what you're going to get out of him is because he basically didn't play his rookie year in Baltimore.
Mhm.
Played 219 snaps the following year.
Mm-hmm.
Played 450 the following year, and then jumped up to 1,000. Now, every single year, he got a little bit better in coverage and just overall. But you also see that he did continue to struggle in run defense, and it wasn't just like, oh, the weird sample size thing with only having 2 and 400 snaps. He ended up missing 21% of his tackle attempts in his last season with Baltimore. Yeah. So, not exactly what you want from a guy who's going to be playing something you call safety, who's kind of your last line of defense there. But again, it kind of goes back to, are you going to sacrifice like run defense on a defensive end if he's a really, really good pass rusher? And that's what you're hoping, or at least what I'm hoping when we're trying to project what is Geno Stone going to be. I'm hoping we get a good coverage player who's plus in that area, but is probably going to miss some tackles. It's probably going to be there'll be a frustrating play or two here and there. And I'm fully expecting that because that's been the one thing I do see that's consistent from year to year was he was 15+% on missed tackles every single year. So, it is tough. It's a projection. We talked about Jermaine Pratt and his success in coverage, his contract year. Again, we come back to another guy who contract year. Now, all of a sudden, he had 7 interceptions when he had he had 1 previously. Now, again, it goes back to, well, he played another 400 more coverage snaps than he did the rest of his career. So it's so tough to tell. But like Malik said, you take a bet on a guy who Lou has tabbed as, hey, he fits well. I like what he can do, and I can help him be the best version of himself.
Yeah, the thing, like I'm looking at Geno Stone a little bit here, looking at his, tackling grades and everything per game. He has half of his weeks are over, are really well graded. It's just sometimes
Couple bad spots.
there's some really bad games where
Yeah.
it just like, it just looks like maybe it's, he had against Tennessee, tackling Derrick Henry is no easy thing. Detroit, they have a
good
good
luck because he's in the AFC North.
that's
Yeah.
true. They have a good run game too. San Francisco struggled, or Miami. These kind of like it's maybe there's some more correlation just with he's not tackling
Specific
running
types.
or something like that, or even just running backs as well.
Teams that are more talented at getting their running backs into the second level.
Yeah. But there's a lot to like. There's some questions. It's just, again, we have so many talented players in the secondary. The roles that's going to fill out for them, I don't even think the Bengals know exactly how they're going to play out. They just have so much talent. They're going to see how everybody plays and just get the best people on the field and put them in the situation to succeed.
Mhm.
And we don't know how much we're going to see all these individual people yet, but we're going to see them eventually, and it's just going to be up to them really how much they play.
I agree. You're cooking.